So originally when we came out with Airtext, Jim, we had the standard Airtext, which was just SMS messaging. Works anywhere in the world from any altitude, and it's very, very fast. So as far as the customer was concerned, it was an experience just like they would see on the ground. Very, very fast text messaging. So then we came out with Airtext Plus, and Airtext Plus allowed us to also do phone calls. So again, we were the low cost provider. It's 5 cents a text message. You can have 16 people on board texting at the same time. We have one configuration where there's 64 people texting simultaneously. Or you can make a phone call for $1.60 a minute anywhere in the world at any altitude. So someone could be down in the islands, or we've seen airplanes over in Europe and down in Mexico, and they can make a phone call and always stay in touch with the people back home. So that's been a lot of fun. What's happened is this last year the product has morphed more into a data link, and we're seeing that the pilots are using the product for a lot of activities up front. So initially we thought, it's a passenger device, and now we're seeing it as a pilot device more and more. So what did we do? We worked with the FAA. It took me a year, and I was able to get my servers certified, and so now we can deliver digital ADIS up to the pilot. Significance of that is that normally what we have to do when we're flying is we have to wait until we're within radio range to get the digital ADIS information. That can be a problem because, as you know, during the descent we're really task saturated, and to have to listen to something that might take up to 3 minutes long when there's a lot of other things going on. Maybe we're single pilot, or maybe we've got a young pilot next to us, and we're just task saturated. So we can get that information. We get up to cruise, we can get that information, and sometimes that information is an hour old, but we can get that information, kind of preload our approach, and have a good idea what runway we're going to use. That's information Bravo or Charlie, whatever. So that's kind of neat. So then we took it a step further. We said, well, METARs are about an hour old. If I'm flying across country and it takes me several hours, I don't want to look at information that was an hour. I'd like to see information that's current. So we're able to get ASOS up to the airplane. And I just got back. I was up in Washington, D.C. I'm working with the FAA Next Gen, and AOPA is helping me. And we think that we can get 5-minute to 1-minute data up to the airplane. And so in your hands, you have relevant information. So this data link
That's a significant improvement, especially when you've got a hot weather situation at hand.
Oh yeah, there's things that come through. One time I was flying with a friend into Memphis, and surprised they had weather. So we were coming from...
When doesn't Memphis have weather?
I know, exactly. And so we were on a 3-hour flight from Colorado Springs. We're coming into Memphis. It just so happened that FedEx was having their big push, and the ATIS changed 3 times in that descent. And so it's very helpful to have it all written down, and you don't have to listen to the radio. You just get it. It comes up. It just takes seconds to get it up to the cockpit. So we took it one step further. We said, well, what else are we doing during the approach that's a distraction from flight? Most people that are flying a corporate airplane, they're making contact with an FBO. And so they're trying to say, okay, this is so-and-so, I'm going to be landing at this time, I'm going to need this fuel load, some catering, some rental cars. Again, this is the wrong time to be doing that. So we came out with a product called FBO Link, which is a free product. It works on our Airtext. If you have an airplane that's got any sort of Wi-Fi, it works. And so we made that available to everybody, and they can text message to the CSR, the FBO's customer service person. And that can be done once you level off, because we look at our flight computer, it says, oh, we're going to be there at this hour. This is what our fuel needs are going to be. So all that information can be done miles out. You could be going across the ocean. You could be hours out from your destination.
Outstanding. Where does the inspiration for products like this come from? This is one of the things I wanted to talk to people about this week, because we've seen a continuous series of innovative efforts. Some work, some don't work. Obviously, you're working because you just keep improving and keep adding to it.